you know, a casing. It's a piece of pipe that you extend at, you know, after your last, let's say, casing, and it is basically hanged or connected to your last casing. To maybe you can use it now to put your perforations, etc. Okay, this can be either a liner or it can be also open hole. Okay, so this is at the end. Now let's make it as liner, and now at each of these we have the diameters. Okay, so let's start from the top to bottom. So now this one, maybe the inside diameter is, let's say, maybe 20 inches. And then it's going to be, let's say, 16 inches. And then it's going to be, let's say, 12 inches. And then my liner inside diameter, let's say, is 7 inches. Okay. And as you can see here in between, all right, I can define what is the material. Like, for example, if I go to casing, I can define the annulus material. This is used for in the heat transfer calculations. Okay, so cement top, all right, cement density, cement thermal conductivity. Okay, and I can add also the thermal conductivity here for the casing itself. And I also can add the borehole diameter. All right. This is again, if I want to calculate the heat transfer, the transfers. All right. So this is simulating the drilling program, my drilling program. So initially I have a large drilling bit. Of course, you know, the numbers may not be very practical, but this is just for demonstration. So I have first 20 inches, and then 16 inches, 12 inches, and then 7-inch liner. Okay. Now I have added my casing. What's next? I need to add my tubing. So I will just drag and drop like this. And then this is my tubing here. So the tubing will go all the way up to 6,800, for example. And now the inside diameter is, let's say, 3.992. So now this is my well cross section. Of course, now I need to add a packer. This packer is to block the fluid from entering into this annulus space between the tubing and the casing, right? So I'm going to drag and drop a packer. Okay. Now this is my well cross section. Good. So now what is next? So I have entered my tubular. I now need to enter my deviation survey. So depending whether your well is vertical or 2D or maybe 3D, okay? Let's assume that I have 2D now, okay? The reference options, now this depends on, you know, whether you are offshore, onshore, etc. There are different depth references. You know, if you need to learn more about these, you can go to the help, and then you can define your wellhead depth. Now you can start entering your deviation survey. So let's quickly, for example, 0, 0, and then it becomes, let's say at 4,000, this is where my kickoff point starts. And then I'm going to start entering. So as I move down, the measured depth will become larger than the true vertical depth. So I'll just enter, for example, at 5,000, what will be my TBD? At 6,000, what will be my TBD? Sorry. And then at 7,000, what will be my TBD? Okay. And then at last point, which is 7,700. what will be my TBD. Now, as you can see here, PipeSim is not happy because I have not defined my measure depths, okay? So I can now define how I'm going to describe my deviation survey. The dependent parameter, it's either the angle or the MD. Okay, so now I have defined my TBDs. Now at 4,000, now at 5,000, I can say that now my angle now starts to deviate. So it becomes, let's say 12. And then it becomes 45. And then it becomes, let's say 65. And then it becomes 85.